So we're going to go ahead and just jump into the first story here. Now, the first story may seem a little simple at first, but you're going to have to hold my hand. We're going to go on this journey. There's some viral footage going around right now of what appears to be a guardian angel. Now, there's a couple details that we don't have because this happened in Turkey. So, really, what is in English, the article's in English, we have security cam footage, which I'll describe to you because this is a podcast and I can't really show it to you, so I'm going to describe it to you. And then there's an interview with the man involved, but it's in Turkish, and it's not being translated English that I've seen. So for all I know, he's saying, oh yeah, no, it was totally natural. It was my buddy Jimmy. Like, there was nothing paranormal about this. But so I'm relying just on all the articles that have been written about the footage itself. So this is what it is. We're in Turkey. This dude's name is Serdar, and this happened this year. This happened about a month ago. His name's Serdar Bininci. Something like that. So anyways, Serdar is closing up his shop. He's doing something at the corner of the camera screen. Just fiddling around, right? So Serdar is standing outside of his shop, and it's like an open street. And he's just doing his normal thing. And you see a gentleman start walking towards him, just walking down the street towards him. And he taps Serdar on the shoulder. And just keeps on walking. Seems to say something to him maybe, but doesn't stop. At that point, Serdar starts to turn, and a white truck passes him, and then a massive metal gate is swinging right at him. And he jumps out of the way. And the gate is this big, heavy gate that basically would have hit him like a baseball across the baseball field. It was coming fast, it was heavy and hard. He would have been doomed if that person had not tapped him on the shoulder. And then you see Serdar kind of look around and try to figure it out. Eventually, you see the guy who was driving the truck jump out of the truck and move the gate back into the position it was supposed to be in. But we don't see the guy who warned him back in frame. So again, he gave an interview about this, and he could have easily said, oh, no, we know that great gate was rusted. This guy's totally aware of that. He was just warning me. Man, what a close call. That guy is my guardian angel. But the way it's being played up in the paranormal world is like, then this guy mysteriously disappeared. Serdar had never seen him before and hasn't seen him since. And really, we don't know because the interview's in Turkish. But let's go with the idea that this was a paranormal event. If it was a guardian angel who showed up and tapped him on the shoulder and warned him of what was happening, it begs the question of, why aren't there more guardian angels out there? Because for every Serdar who has a lucky break, who's warned of this gate about to smash him to pieces, there's millions of others who don't. And they die in stupid, ridiculous ways. Falling off ladders, falling off bridges, getting run over by steamrollers, which I think is probably one of the worst, falling in a volcano. Lots of falling in my world. Gravity is a supervillain. But where are their guardian angels? Whether or not they show up on film is inconsequential, but where are theirs? And so I came up with a possible theory. Now again, let's accept for a second that the way that the media is portraying this is that this was actually a guardian angel tapping him on the shoulder. Then the question goes is, why was he warned and so many other people aren't? And then I started thinking about it. Just miracles in general. And I came up with this conspiracy theory. What if miracles aren't good? Hold my hand. Go with me on this journey. We're going to take this example exactly here. Serdar is standing outside of his shop. And if that gate had hit him, this video would have simply been on LiveLeak. This video would have been on some gore website, or it would have been turned into a WebM of, look at this guy get horribly mangled by this giant metal gate. And in real life, after everyone gets done watching the video, what happens is Serdar gets taken to the hospital, where he's treated for his injuries, and there's a long road to recovery to bring him back to how he was before the accident. And while he's in this hospital, he makes some friends, and he meets a young nurse. A young, beautiful nurse. And over the course of months, these people become soulmates. They never would have met if it wasn't for this accident. They lived in two totally different worlds. But they met now. They fall in love. They have children. They build a life together. And that was the way fate was supposed to be for Serdar. And for the nurse. But something said, no, let's interfere in this. And so they stopped the tragic event, and Serdar will go on with the rest of his life having never met the person he was really, truly supposed to be with. What if miracles, what we perceive as miraculous events, are actually interference from either guardian angels, quote unquote, or time travelers? What if miracles actually in the long run have a negative impact on the way the world was supposed to be? Some force is manipulating it. And while we may think in that moment where we barely avoid that horrible car accident, or the plane safely lands even though the engines were on fire, the reason why we survived that was actually some bizarre punishment, something that was keeping us from the life we were truly supposed to have, that fate had planned out for us. The miracle, actually, was the bad ending. That was a clip from our daily podcast, Dead Rabbit Radio. Dead Rabbit Radio is available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. It's daily paranormal, conspiracy, and true crime news. If you want to hear the full episode that this clip came from, check the link below. Please like and subscribe. And hit that little bell, too. That does some magical stuff. Thanks, guys.